And welcome back, Pokemon trainers and fans. This is your host, Professor Pine, bringing you week number 4 of the Pokemon Fight Club tournament. I'm joined once again by the ever-lovely Meowth right here on my lap. So let's jump right into the action. Week 3 was power-packed. So before we begin, make sure to give this video a like, comment below who you're cheering for, what matchup are you looking forward to, and make sure to hit subscribe and maybe ding that little bell and be notified every time a video goes live. So here we go. Here are our competitors for the first battle of week 4. This is going to feature Octillery, a pure water type, the evolved form of Remoraid, featuring Octazooka, Hyper Beam, Focus Energy, and Lock On. And its opponent will be Rhyhorn, the ground rock type Pokemon featuring Earthquake, Rollout, Iron Tail, and Scary Face. The Pokemon are ready. Let's head back to the battlefield. And this week we are in Earl's Pokemon Academy for their battlefield. So here we go. Octillery has entered the field, and here comes Rhyhorn. Alright, so week number 4, how are we feeling today? So we do start off with a few of the 0-3 Pokemon according to the schedule, but we do move into the 3-0s as well. Octillery with the Octazooka, and we're going to start week 4 with a one-hit KO from Octillery, over Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn with a severe type disadvantage. Octillery is your winner by Oko in match number 1. We'll be right back. After an explosive first match, here comes match number 2. This one's going to feature Dragonair, the evolved form of Dratini, pure dragon type with Outrage, Slam, Fire Blast, and Thunder Wave. And its opponent will be Meowth, my little girl right here cheering for. Pure normal type with Slash, Feint Attack, Shadow Ball, and Screech. The Pokemon are ready. Let's head back to the battlefield. One of the things I noticed in playing this game back in the day was that with Earl's Pokemon Academy, it didn't matter if you won or lost. It mattered what Pokemon you picked to go into battle with. So even if you already had the type advantages and you win the match for the class you were in, it didn't matter. You had to have like these specific Pokemon picked out in order to move on. All right, so here we go. The commands are issued. Meowth is going to start off with Shadow Ball. That's going to be a hit, not a whole lot of damage. Dragonair is going to start off with Thunder Wave, so it's going to go for the paralysis. And it gets it, so Meowth is paralyzed. So this one already going a little bit longer than the last battle. But again, the Pokemon had a severe type disadvantage, or Rhyhorn had a bad disadvantage. Alright, here comes a Fire Blast from Dragonair, and that's going to miss, giving Meowth an opportunity here, but it's going to succumb to paralysis this turn. So let's see how this paralysis impacts the battle. Dragonair with an Outrage. That's going to hit and bring Meowth down to about half health, and Meowth is still fully paralyzed. So Dragonair's Outrage is going to go for another turn here. Here comes the Outrage. This could do it. There's the hit, and Meowth hangs on with 3 health, and it's still fully paralyzed. So that's the end of Dragonair's Outrage. Meowth hasn't been able to attack since turn 1. Dragonair now has to fight off Confusion. Gets through. Here comes a Slam. And that's going to miss. Meowth still with an opportunity here. Here comes a Slash. Good damage. Brings Dragonair down to 150 health. So Dragonair's accuracy is plaguing it a little bit. Meowth giving it ample opportunities with all the paralysis. Dragonair going through the Confusion, and it's going to attack itself. Meowth with a pretty good opportunity here, and it's paralyzed. So this battle going back and forth, no one able to really take the advantage. Meowth clinging with 3 health. Alright, Dragonair's no longer confused. Here comes a Slam, and that will do it. Dragonair finally puts a nail in the coffin for Meowth, and that will do it. Dragonair is your winner, fighting through bad accuracy, as well as some confusion there at the end. So Dragonair, your winner, will be back with the next battle. Here comes battle number 3, and this one's going to feature Marill, the pure water type, featuring Surf, Rollout, Defense Curl, and Swagger. And its opponent will be Kakuna, the bug poison type and evolved form of Weedle, featuring Harden as its only attack. The Pokemon are ready, let's head back to the battlefield. So Kakuna is one of 2 Pokemon that are 0-3 with negative 300 point differential. It's itself and Metapod. So eventually we will likely get a Kakuna Metapod matchup, and because of how long that will likely take, that will be, in all honesty, a separate episode of itself, or we might just delete it and just give you guys the results down below in the ticker. Alright, Marill's going to start off with Swagger, so Kakuna's attack is going to go way up, but it's going to be confused. Kakuna goes for the Harden, but it hits itself in confusion. So dealing damage on itself. Marill with the Surf. So great call that'll speed up the battle if Kakuna continues to attack itself. Surf brings Kakuna down to 134 health. Still fighting the confusion, but it's going to attack itself again, bringing Kakuna down to 83. So Marill in great control here. Here comes the Surf attack. And that will do it, folks. Marill is your winner by shutout, getting its first win of the season. Not much really to say there. Kakuna, no attack whatsoever, other than attacking itself. So with that, we will be right back. Our next battle is going to feature Ditto, the pure normal type, whose only attack is Transform. And its opponent will be Butterfree, the fully evolved form of Caterpie, bug flying type with Gust, Psychic, Hyper Beam, and Stun Spore. The Pokemon are ready, let's head back to the battlefield. So Ditto's always a little bit of a wild card, but so far every Pokemon's been able to get around its transformation, beating out the mirror match, because Ditto does take on that Pokemon's type. Alright, so turn 1, here we go. Commands are issued here at the Pokemon Academy, and Butterfree's going to start off with Stun Spore. And that's going to hit. Ditto is paralyzed, but Ditto gets off the transform, so it is now Butterfree. So 2 Butterfree on the field. And we'll see how these two interact. So Butterfree, actual Butterfree, going with a Psychic type attack. A critical hit that's going to bring Ditto down to 144 health. Ditto answers back with a Psychic attack of its own. And not much damage there with Butterfree's bug typing, but special defense did go down. And Ditto is fully paralyzed, so nothing happening there. Butterfree with the Psychic attack. That'll bring Ditto down to 75 health. So Butterfree in control here. Ditto's going to get off a Gust regardless of the paralysis. A critical hit, super effective. Butterfree down in 29 health. Ditto with an opportunity. Butterfree strikes back. Ditto hangs on for 7 health. If Ditto can get this attack off, it will win. Here comes the Gust. If it hits, it's a win for Ditto. And that will do it. Ditto finally getting its first win of the season over Butterfree in a very narrow match thanks to that critical hit and super effective Gust there on the 3rd or 4th turn. So with that, we will be right back, folks. And we're back with our 5th battle of this episode. We're going to start off with Shuckle, a bug rock type with Sludge Bomb, Rollout, Bide, and Sandstorm. And its opponent will be Snubbull, a pure normal type featuring Strength, Shadow Ball, Charm, and Swagger. The Pokemon are ready, let's head back to the battlefield. So So I do hope everyone enjoyed their community day yesterday with CDOT, that you got plenty of shinies abound. I know I had a good time sitting at home with my Pokeball Plus going at it. Excuse me. All right, so here we go. Shuckle and Snubbull are facing off. And Snubble's going to start off with Swagger. So again, getting the confusion off is one of the biggest strategies we've seen so far. Shuckle's confused, but it is going to whip up a Sandstorm. So that's going to do damage to Snubbull every turn that the Sandstorm is out on the field. So here we go. Snubbull starting with Shadow Ball this turn. There's the attack, and not much damage. Shuckle able to withstand that. It is confused, but it will get off the Sludge Bomb. And Snubble's poisoned. So first attack of the match for Shuckle gets poison on Snubbull. A lot of S's here. And the Sandstorm will deal damage to Snubbull as well. So Snubbull is looking like it's in trouble here. Shuckle in clean control. Here comes another Shadow Ball. There's the attack. And still not much. Shuckle down to 146 health. Special defense has fallen. We'll see how that plays in. Snubbull hit with some poison damage. Shuckle finding the confusion, but it's going to attack itself this time, giving Snubbull a little bit of an open window. And the Sandstorm rages on. Snubbull down to 89 health. This is not looking good for Snubbull, even with the confusion on Shuckle. Snubbull with another Shadow Ball. This should get Shuckle down to about half health. And it does, down to 102. And Special Defense falls again. And Snubbull's hurt by the poison. So all sorts of status happening here. Shuckle fights through the confusion. Here comes another Sludge Bomb. And that will take out Snubbull. Shuckle is your winner, fighting through the confusion the entire time, only hitting itself once. But Shuckle is your winner over Snubbull very handedly with Poison and Sandstorm. All right, we have one more match of the defeateds before we get into the undefeateds next. Our next battle is going to feature Aipom, a pure normal type, featuring Strength, Double Team, Baton Pass, and Agility. And its opponent will be Pinsir, the Bug-type Pokemon, featuring Fury Cutter, Vice Grip, Submission, and Focus Energy. The Pokemon are ready. Let's head back to the battlefield at the Pokemon Academy. So this is the last battle for this episode of all the Pokemon that are 0 and 3. There are still plenty more that are 0 and 3. It's just this is how the schedule filled out on the randomizer. All right, so we have turn 1 going down, and Aipom's going to start with a double team. I'm sorry, I didn't mean randomizer on the software that I'm using. I don't have a randomizer. This is no emulator, darn it. Pinsir going with the submission, super effective. That's going to bring Aipom down to 56 health. Pinsir hit with a little bit of recoil. So Pinsir already in control of this battle. Aipom's going to go for a strength attack. That's going to hit and bring Pinsir down just above half health. Here comes a Vice Grip from Pinsir, and that's going to miss. Aipom standing still. So we'll see if Aipom might be able to take advantage of the Vice Grip. I'm not sorry, not the Vice Grip, the double team, and just mount a comeback here. Here comes another strength attack. That's bringing Pinsir down to 64 health. Pinsir with a Vice Grip. And it's going to miss again. So Aipom with a chance to win it here. Aipom with the strength. If this hits, this should take Pinsir out. That'll do it. A critical hit, and Aipom comes back from the brink to take the win over Pinsir. A comeback win for Aipom. Congratulations. So Double Team and Confusion have really been plaguing the competition here. So we're going to get into the undefeated Pokemon next. So here we are, the 3 and 0s. We're going to go through all of them through this episode and the one tonight. There are 30 in total that are still 3 and 0. By the end of tomorrow, there will only be 15 remaining that are undefeated. So let's jump into this one. First up is Hypno, the evolved form of Drowsy, pure psychic type with Confusion, Dream Eater, Psych Up, and Hypnosis. And its opponent will be Piloswine, the evolved form of Swinub, Ice Ground type featuring Icy Wind, Earthquake, Fury Attack, and Mist. The Pokemon are ready, let's head back to the battlefield. So no real type advantages here in this one. Psychic is still a little bit OP in Gen 2, really all generations. So we'll see how Piloswine is able to handle Hypno in this one. The Pokemon are on the field. Here we go, turn 1. Hypno is going to start, and it's going to use Hypnosis. That's going to hit, and Piloswine goes to sleep. And it's going to sleep through turn number 1. So already off to a bad start for Piloswine. Hypno apparently going right according to plan. Hypno going with the Dream Eater. Fantastic special attack and special defense for Hypno. There's the hit. That's going to do about a third of damage to Piloswine. And it's going to stay asleep. So Hypno is going to get another shot at the Dream Eater in the next turn. So here we go, Hypno going with another Dream Eater. And that's going to hit deep. Piloswine down to 92 health. And Piloswine's going to wake up, and it's going to use Icy Wind. Let's see if it can do anything here. It's going to hit, but not for much. And Hypno's speed goes down. That may give Piloswine the opportunity to go first. And it does. Piloswine gets the priority. Here comes the Icy Wind, hoping for a freeze. Nothing doing there. Very little damage done to Hypno, but the speed goes down again. Hypno's going to go for Confusion. That's going to hit, and Piloswine's going to come down to 26, so still a chance for Piloswine to come back and take this one from the brink if it can get the freeze. It's going to go for the Icy Wind. Here's to it. Gonna hit, but not for much. Almost down to half health. Speed falls again. Hypno going for the Confusion. This should do it if it connects. And that will do it. Piloswine goes down. Hypno is your winner in our 7th match of this week. So Hypno able to get Piloswine to sleep. You got Dream Eater off a couple times. So Hypno is your winner. We'll be right back. After an exciting upset victory over Tyranitar in the last round, here comes Natu, the Psychic Flying type, with Psychic, Future Sight, Nightshade, and Confuse Ray. And its opponent will be Tentacruel, the Water Poison type, featuring Bubble Beam, Sludge Bomb, Wrap, and Barrier. The Pokemon are ready. Let's head back to the battlefield. Natu with the advantage in this one with Psychic over Poison, but Tentacruel, as we've seen in the past, has brought out some pretty shady tricks from its tentacles. So we'll see if Tentacruel has one of those tricks to pull out against Natu. Alright, so here we go. Turn number 1. Look at the size difference, and Tentacruel's going to start with a Sludge Bomb. That's going to hit, and it's going to get a poison on Natu, bring it down to almost half health. Here comes a Psychic Attack. Super effective and brings Tentacruel down to half health. Natu hurt by the poison. So Natu is trying to go for the one-hit KO, but it's nothing happening with that. Here comes one more Sludge Bomb from Tentacruel. That's going to hit. Natu's going to hang on for 6 health. Here comes the Psychic. That's going to hit, and it's going to win. So Natu, overcoming the poison and hanging on for dear life with 6 health, takes out Tentacruel in a very narrow match that could have easily gone the other way. So Natu is your winner. All right, we'll be right back with the next battle. Our next battle is going to feature Little Cubone, a pure ground type with Bone Meringue, Headbutt, Icy Wind, and Focus Energy. And its opponent will be Slowpoke. And fun fact here, Slowpoke and Slowbro is the only evolution line that is still both 3-0 so far in this tournament. But Slowpoke, a water psychic type featuring Surf, Psychic, Earthquake, and Amnesia. The Pokemon are ready. Let's head back to the battlefield for this one. And Earl's Pokemon Academy has been a gracious host so far. We're only into day 1 of week 4. But already the battles have been electric, some close calls, and some absolute blowouts. And this one may very well be a blowout given the water advantage for Slowpoke over Cubone. Alright, the Pokemon are ready. Here we go. And Cubone's going to get the start with Headbutt. Not a whole lot of damage. Must be hoping for the flinch. Nothing doing. Here comes a Surf from Slowpoke. That's going to hit super effective. And Cubone hangs on with 82 health. So Cubone's going to need a little bit of a miracle to come back in this one. Cubone coming back with an Icy Wind this time, hoping for a freeze it looks like. Not very effective, not much damage at all. Slowpoke's speed goes down, but is already super slow anyway. Here comes the Surf one more time. And that's going to do it. Slowpoke is your winner. Not quite the blowout we intended. I was expecting a one-hit KO there with the Surf. But either way, there is Slowpoke, your winner in this matchup. We've got 3 more matches to go. We'll be right back. Our next battle is going to feature Pidgeotto, the evolved form of Pidgey. Normal flying type with Fly, Frustration, Steel Wing, and Mirror Move. And its opponent will be Parasect, a bug grass type with Giga Drain, Slash, Fury Cutter, and Spore. The Pokemon are ready. Let's head back to the battlefield. Pidgeotto with the absolute advantage here with flying over Bug. Would not be surprised if this one ends quickly as it begins. So there's Pidgeotto on the field, and here comes Parasect. And Parasect's fan theories have always kind of creeped me out that it's nothing more than a zombie, that the mushroom has overtaken the actual Pokemon itself. Alright, here we go, turn number 1, and Pidgeotto is going to go up into the sky. So that's a fly attack on turn 1. Here comes a Spore from Parasect that's going to miss. Now, because Fly didn't actually attack on turn 1, Pidgeotto can still get the Oko on turn number 2. So here we go. Here comes the Fly attack from Pidgeotto. And it's going to miss. So Parasect with a chance. Here comes a Spore. And Pidgeotto has fallen asleep, so Parasect with a chance to make a comeback here. Let's see. Pidgeotto's going to sleep through turn number 3. And here comes Parasect with a Slash. Good damage on Pidgeotto there, but not really enough to really write home about anything. Comes turn 4, Pidgeotto still sleeping through that Slash. And Parasect's going to go for a Giga Drain. Shouldn't do much here, and it doesn't do much at all. So Pidgeotto's still pretty healthy even with the sleep. Here we go, Pidgeotto still fast asleep on turn 5, I believe. Here comes a Slash from Parasect. That's got really good damage. Pidgeotto down to 125 health. And possibly on the ropes unless it wakes up soon. And it does, so Pidgeotto's going to wake up here. And here comes a Steel Wing attack. That's going to hit critical damage. Parasect down below down by a third of its health. Here comes a Slash, and Pidgeotto's hanging on with 50 health. So Pidgeotto missing that fly on turn 1 really messed with its game plan here. And Pidgeotto looks like it's going to go up into the air. It's a fly. Parasect looking to close it out here, and it's going to miss due to the fly. Pidgeotto needs to land this attack, otherwise it might be lights out. Here comes the fly. And that's going to hit super effective, and it's a knockout. Pidgeotto comes back from the brink, sleeping through 3 or 4 turns. I lost count there. But ultimately gets the win there over Parasect thanks to Steel Wing and Fly. So there we go. 2 more battles coming your way this episode. We'll be right back. Our next battle is going to feature Magby, the baby Pokemon of Magmar. Pure Fire type with Flamethrower, Iron Tail, Confuse Ray, and Sunny Day. And as we've seen, Magby is not afraid of taking on the fully evolved Pokemon, which is good because its next opponent is Alakazam, the fully evolved form of Abra, Pure Psychic type with Psybeam, Thief, Future Sight, and Kinesis. The Pokemon are ready. Let's head back to the battlefield. I know you missed the battle with Meowth. I'm sorry, but you didn't really miss much. I know. I'm sorry. Make sure to give this video a like just for my Meowth, if anything at all. But also make sure to give it a quick comment. Let me know who you're cheering for, or if any of these matches were a surprise to you. All right, so here we go. Turn number 1. And Alakazam's going to get the start, and it's going to use Future Sight, so it's setting up a little bit of an offense for later in the match if it comes down to it. Magby coming in with a Confuse Ray, and that's going to hit. Alakazam's going to be confused. Magby still using its tried and true strategy here through the event. Alakazam to start. It is confused. It's going to get off a Psybeam. That's going to hit, and that's going to bring Magby down below half health. Magby's going to get off a Sunny Day, but this might be a little bit too late. Magby is in danger here unless Alakazam hits itself in confusion on the next turn. Alakazam still fighting the confusion. And it is going to attack itself, so Magby with an opportunity here. Here comes a pumped up Flamethrower. And that's going to do some massive damage. Alakazam down to 68 health. And Magby gets hit by the Future Sight. Brings it down to 11 health. So Alakazam with an opportunity here to take out one of the fan favorites of Magby. It's no longer confused. Here comes the Psybeam. If it hits, it's over. And it is. Magby finally goes down, but after a long, good streak. So Alakazam is your winner in this one, in thanks to fighting off the confusion and Psybeam, and the Future Sight coming in there on the turn. So Alakazam, your winner. Will be back with the last battle. Our final battle of this episode is going to bring us Kabutops, the evolved form of Kabuto, Rock Water type with Ancient Power, Surf, Leer, and Endure. And its opponent will be Jynx, the Ice Psychic type with Ice Punch, Confusion, Lick, and Mean Look. The Pokemon ready, let's head back to the battlefield. So this one, I'm leaning more towards Jynx. It has the better move set. Kabutops has some strong attacks, but consider that Ice and Water kind of mesh together a little too much. I'm not leaning too heavily on Kabutops to win this one. So the commands are being issued here. And we'll go back down to the battlefield. Jynx is going to lead off with Confusion. That's going to hit for some good damage. And Kabutops is going to answer back with Ancient Power. Super effective. And it's a one-hit KO. My prediction was incorrect. Kabutops is your winner by Oko over Jynx. What a way to end the episode. We begin with an Oko and we end with an Oko. So there we have it, folks. Kabutops is your winner. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'm your host, Professor Pine. This is the Pokemon Fight Club. And just to remind you to keep on breathing. We'll see you in the next episode. Take it easy.